You know, nearly everything that people do involves some sort of tools, equipment, or materials that assist us in getting the job done. Economists call these things capital goods. Capital goods are things that don't directly satisfy human wants, but instead play a part in creating goods or providing services that do. Tools and equipment are the most commonly recognized types of capital goods. When I work on pianos, I use a variety of different tools depending on the job that needs to be done. Some of these tools are familiar to anyone and can be used in a wide variety of tasks. Others are more unique and can be used for one thing only. When we look in my tool case, probably the first thing we notice is the variety of shapes and sizes. Even tools that are superficially similar have critical differences that make them suitable for different jobs. The exact makeup of my collection of these capital goods is very important to my ability to do my job effectively. The same is true for everyone else who wants to be a productive member of our economy. A category of goods that plays such a pivotal role in economic activity must have an important place in economic theory. So how do mainstream economists usually talk about capital goods?
So, in a typical Cobb-Douglas production function, we have total production, capital, capital's productivity, labor, labor's productivity, and the technology constant. The technology constant is also known as total factor productivity.
That doesn't sound much like my tool case. In practical terms, the specific tools that I have matter a great deal. Is it true that, from an economic point of view, that only the quantity of capital goods matters? Or might the types of capital goods that exist in our wider economy be just as important as the makeup of my tool case? Other economists have looked at the matter differently. Ludwig Lockman, in his book Capital and Its Structure, states, "The theory of investment, based on the assumption of a homogeneous and quantifiable capital stock, is bound to ignore important features of reality. Owing to its very character, it can only deal with quantitative capital change, investment and disinvestment. It cannot deal with changes in the composition of the stock. Yet there can be little doubt that such changes in the composition of the stock are of fundamental importance in many respects, but in particular with regard to the causes and effects of investment." So if we want our economic theory to deal with real-world phenomena, like investments and their outcomes, we have to take into account the composition of our capital stock. Murray Rothbard, in his magnum opus Man, Economy, and State, elaborates on this point. Capital is not just a homogeneous blob that can be added to or subtracted from. Capital is an intricate, delicate, interweaving structure of capital goods. All of the delicate strands of this structure have to fit, and fit precisely, or else malinvestment occurs. The malinvestment Rothbard speaks of here simply means people making mistakes. Entrepreneurs try to anticipate future consumer demand and embark on projects to satisfy that demand, investing in specific capital goods. Sometimes they anticipate correctly, sometimes they don't. How does the market handle these mistakes? Rothbard continues, "The free market, with its price system and profit and loss criteria, adjusts the output and variety of the different strands of production, preventing any one from getting long out of alignment." Look around your home or workplace. All the things you see, as well as all the services we provide for each other, are produced using this intricate, interweaving structure of production of capital goods. Entrepreneurs are always looking for ways to add to or modify this structure in order to better serve consumer desires. If their ideas fit with that structure and with what consumers want, they are rewarded with profits. If not, those projects are malinvestments and they are penalized with losses. The project must be liquidated, and the resources it used are released for producing other, more desired goods. The structure of production is realigned. But if the government intervenes in the market, even with the best of intentions, things go differently. The government can't simply increase the amount of some blob of capital. The intervention will increase the amount of specific capital goods that result in the production of specific consumer goods. And since those decisions are made by political, not economic criteria, the chance that this investment will fit in is pretty small, and there will be malinvestment. The government is not bound by the profit and loss test, though, so the malinvestment can persist. Scarce resources are diverted from goods that people value more, and we're all a little bit poorer. So we see that it's the market, when left free to operate, that best provides us with the things we need, whether that is books, furniture, food, or a really nice piano.